Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance and National Anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, the President of Concord University, Dr. Kendra Bogus.
Good morning. It's good to see you all here this morning. I want to thank Dr. Robinette for her service as Grand Marshal and her work as chairperson and professor of the Department of Business, along with so many other roles that she is responsible for. I also want to thank Dr. David Ball and the band for that beautiful introduction to our ceremony. It's also time to thank our dedicated faculty, some of whom were able to be here. They've done amazing work this year, and they continue to adjust to the challenges that our students are facing due to COVID-19. We also want to offer special thanks to our outstanding staff members who altered nearly every process, every procedure they normally follow in order to assure a safe return to campus every single day. I also want to extend my thanks to the parents, the friends, the alumni, and guests who are gathered to see this ceremony. And finally, special thanks to the members of the graduating class of 2021. It is with immense pleasure that I welcome you to our commencement ceremony today. Each of you in attendance here or viewing the ceremony today are essential members of the Mountain Lion family. We appreciate you. We will always value and need your participation here, and we're forever grateful for the many contributions you've made to the Concord University family. Graduates, the year you've just completed should have shown you that you have the power to overcome adversity. I don't know if you've thought about that, but you've learned that when you can't control what's happening, you can challenge yourself to control the way you respond to what's happening. You can control the way you respond. And that's where your power is. You've overcome incredibly difficult situations. They sort of seem mild, it's like stay home, but it's everything changed, everything different. And it causes you to grow in ways you never imagined. You have each created solutions you didn't know you could create in your lives. You should also pat yourselves on the back fairly often for doing that and for completing your undergraduate degree during these circumstances. Congratulations. It has not been easy, but you've learned that you can do it. But what is it? It is every intentional goal that you set for yourself. As you move forward from this day, know that you are exactly where you're supposed to be. Be in this moment and in every moment of your life. You have the power to choose to be joyous, adventurous, and positive, and to ban negativity in your life. Your life story will be determined by the path that you choose, as it always has been. Chasing joy is, or choosing joy, chasing or choosing either one, is your own responsibility. Strive for it. Insist on optimism. Find it in yourself and stay with people who engender it. Fight for those values that are most important to you, but do all these things with positivity, with determination, and most of all, with kindness. You can find that power within you. Recognize it and employ it to become everything you wish to become. Define what success looks like in your life. It'll be different for each one of you, and I suggest you work to make your life spectacular, because you can. You have the power within you and the educational foundation now to change your trajectory, to move in a new and exciting direction, and to learn what the outcome might be if you try that extremely frightening reality change. You know that change is inevitable. You can't stop it. Every particle in the universe is changing all around you each and every second. You can't stop it. So how will you control the way that you respond to it? That's something you have to ask yourself. All the faculty and staff here at Concord hope you remember your experiences here positively, even if those are the difficult courses you survived, not believing you could, but you did, the activities in which you participated, the friendships you made, the faculty members who cared about you, all while they demanded the very best that you could offer, the staff members who supported you throughout the challenging times you may have had. I hope you remember Concord in a most positive light, and hope you know we are here to continue to offer you help and support should you need it. Today is the first step in your journey to achieve more accomplishments than you can possibly imagine as you sit here. None of us knows what tomorrow will bring, but know that whatever comes, you are prepared. Follow those dreams, make them big. Make them gigantic, preposterous, and have fun achieving them. As you go through life, fun is a big part of what you should make a goal. Lots and lots of fun. And also be committed. Be committed to the goals that you set. Never stop learning new things. Never let anyone convince you that the challenges you face are above your abilities. I think some of you have heard, you can't do that. You can do that, those positive goals you set. I have to say, as I do at each commencement, and probably some of the faculty are tired of the redundancy, but two of the elements leading to success that are so important are hard work and determination. Those two things will carry you very far, so develop your goals and follow them. Take with you the gifts of kindness, of service, of patience, of willingness to help others, and the encouragement that each of you received throughout your lives, and I hope always here at Concord. Show that to others throughout your lifetime. You can pay it forward, and I know that many of you are already doing that. Take with you the heart of the campus beautiful and share it with others. Concord continues to be with you, and we will continue to care about what happens in your life. We are totally invested in your success, and we know you will make every place you go better. You'll carry the knowledge you've earned with you, and we hope you continue to strive to make this area, this region, this state, this nation, and the world a better place to be. We'll be here to partner with you and to cheer you on in your achievements. Finally, we are all honored to be here to offer you congratulations. We are so proud of you, Mountain Lions. We send you forward with the best of wishes that you make every one of your goals a reality. Go Mountain Lions.
We would now like to recognize our students graduating with institutional and field honors. For those students who have earned the following: summa cum laude, magna cum laude, and field honors, please stand and be recognized. You may be seated. Greetings on behalf of the fall class of 2021 will be brought to the graduates by Mr. Christopher Billings, valedictorian.
Thank you, thank you. You know, I can confidently say that I am blessed to be up here today. And I think everyone in this room should feel the same way, because this is a day to be proud of ourselves. You know, if you're a parent, your son or daughter may be the first one in the family to graduate from college. If you're a student, you've worked hard for your degree and you might just have that dream job already lined up. And if you're anything like me, you've been a student for 16 years of your life and you're just glad to be over with it. But I'm glad to celebrate a day like today, because it's one of the few days in our life where we appreciate what we have instead of worrying about what we don't have. Throughout our lives, it's easy to get distracted by comparing ourselves to others and wondering why we don't have the nicest things or the most lucrative opportunities. But the reality is, being in this room today, you have something that not a lot of people have, which is support. Concord University exceeded my expectations of a school that supports people through their college life. The professors here are passionate about making sure students not just know, but understand the material, and they're not afraid to make you stretch to achieve goals. I have no doubt that my education here has prepared me for the rest of my life. I didn't even have to graduate college before I found a career path that I love. This summer, my internship opportunities provided by Concord allowed me to secure a job as an insurance agent in Princeton. So if any of you get a call from the insurance store after this, I highly recommend you answer. The academic prowess of Concord's educational programs makes me proud to be valedictorian today, but it makes me even prouder to be surrounded by hundreds of people that I know I can depend on in this ever-changing world. I'd like to thank my family for making the sacrifices through my life to give me opportunities to explore my creativity and expand my education. I'd like to thank my friends for all the fun memories, late-night Taco Bell runs, and advice that they've given me to make me a better man. And I'd like to thank Concord's faculty and staff for giving me this opportunity to achieve my potential. And finally, I'd like to thank God for giving me infinite second chances and for giving me my purpose and light in my darkest moments. Proverbs 24, verse 16 says that though the righteous may fall 7 times, they rise again. For every success in my life, there are thousands of failures that the world may not see. But every failed opportunity, every stumbling block, every no that you hear is just one step closer to that breakout moment in your life. As we enter into this new chapter of our lives, I challenge everyone to resist the lie of comparison and focus on moving forward into the purpose that God has for all of us. Life is fast, but the process is slow, and therefore, as the saying goes, we're off like a herd of turtles. Thank you.
Graduates, before you are asked to cross the stage today, we have invited a special guest speaker who once sat where you are. She took her BSW and MSW degrees from Concord and has worked diligently to make an impact on the health and welfare of adult victims of violence, as well as children in West Virginia. Her voice as a domestic violence advocate was given a more public platform when she entered and won the Mrs. West Virginia pageant. She recently returned from competing in Mrs. America, where she finished in the top 6. It is my pleasure to welcome Mrs. Sydney Fields.
Hello, everyone. To those of us in person and everyone joining online, thank you for allowing me to share a few words with each of you. First, let me say congratulations, graduates. Your determination and hard work have not gone unnoticed. You will forever be part of an elite group of Concord graduates that have excelled academically and been found worthy of this honor. I stand before you wearing many hats and a crown. As you see, I'm Mrs. West Virginia. I'm also a fellow Concord graduate holding a bachelor's and master's in social work. I'm a sister of the Sigma 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 sorority. I'm a member of the Phi Alpha Social Work Honor Society. I'm a social worker in the field of domestic violence awareness and prevention, working statewide and nationally. I'm a wife to Sergeant First Class and Army Drill Sergeant Joshua Fields. I'm a bonus mom to Belle, and mama to a rotten 7-year-old boy, Maddox. I'm from a small town here in West Virginia, Matewan. I love my mama, Jesus, and America too. Well, Tom Petty said that, but that's true for me as well. So, while I wear many of those hats and this crown, those titles don't truly define who I am. Those are all parts of my life, all portions of my life that I'm really proud of. But to me, that doesn't answer the question of who I really am. One quote that always stuck out to me, and I actually heard this quote for the first time as a student here at Concord, was, "The whole is greater than the sum of its parts," by Aristotle. To me, this means that I'm greater than the different classifications of who Sydney is, but it takes all those attributes to make up who I really am. But what I know for sure, and what I'm still learning, is those portions of my life are driven by 3 traits that I never learned from a textbook, that I never learned from mimicking or studying, and that really became apparent when I decided to just be me. I'm courageous, I'm vulnerable, and I'm childish. Let's talk a few minutes about courage, and I want to start by asking you a question. Do you have the courage to act outwardly on what you see inwardly, or will you die a dreamer? Do you have the courage to be wise, to be exceptional, to stand in awareness and encourage objectivity? Do you have the courage? Because it takes courage to grow and succeed beyond the borders that we sometimes box ourselves into and beyond the borders of our career. Wherever your degree guides you, know that we are often equipped with tools, with practice models, studies that move our profession forward. You'll be given opportunities to expand your knowledge and grow in your career. However, we are not taught courage. Courage, in definition, is the act or ability to do something that frightens us. It means to have strength in the face of pain or grief. Courage comes from the heart, literally as a derivative of the Latin word cur, meaning heart, and figuratively in our behaviors and actions. Courage for me came when I decided to apply for my master's. This took place on the cusp of leaving an abusive relationship, learning how to be a single mom, having just experienced the death of my 2 remaining grandparents within months of one another, my finished basement flooding and being remodeled, and starting a new major project at work. Someone used the other C word, crazy, to describe this decision, but I like courageous better. I knew how I saw myself, and I knew I had the strength to carry on. Courage takes vulnerability, and sometimes we don't realize how vulnerable we are until we take a leap of faith. I'll never forget talking to Dr. Scott Ingram, who was my master's advisor. We chatted about class schedules and being a full-time student. I told him all the craziness I had just gone through within the year, and he said, maybe it would be a better idea to start out as a part-time student. You've got a lot going on, and this coursework is a heavy load. And I remember I laughed and said, oh, okay, I'll be fine. I can do this, da-da-da-da-da. I'll get back with you. And I got off the phone and thought, this man, does he not know I'm a superwoman now? I can do this. But the more I thought about it, I felt myself being vulnerable, feeling vulnerability. Vulnerability comes when we allow ourselves to be humbled in self-reflection and in self-care. We are vulnerable when we allow others to experience every unguarded emotion, change, and expose our minds and hearts to the rawness of our situations. Vulnerability takes strength, and strength is gained from resistance. Resistance comes when we are faced with overwhelming challenges, professionally and personally. We meet resistance through our personal hesitation to grow, or from others who get stuck in the would've, the could've, or the should've. My courage allowed me to be vulnerable, but it also taught me to be a little childish. As I mentioned, I have a 7-year-old. He comes up with some really crazy stories and some huge ideas. Think back when you were 6, 7, 8 years old. What big idea do you have? I always wanted to be a professional dancer. I wanted to dance in a show or in commercials, and I would give anything to be a Radio City Rockette. I could see myself, I would give anything. I could see myself in that kick line. Well, I've come to the realization that being a Rockette is probably not going to happen. I didn't let my dream completely die. I taught different forms of dance aerobics for several years, and I will be the first on the dance floor at an event, even if dancing isn't part of the event. So are you acting on your 6, 7, 8-year-old dreams, or have you put them on a wish list? Being a little childish doesn't mean you have to abdicate your duties as a responsible adult. It just means to never stop dreaming. Bust out a dance move wherever you are. Being childish means to have hope and not just wishes. Where wishing waits, hope hunts for an opportunity. I also had big dreams of doing more in my career. I started to follow my dreams of working for the community to promote change. Over my traditional 4 years of college, I listened to my professors talk about their previous jobs or the nonprofit work they were involved in. Social work that made a change on a community level. That's the work I wanted to do. It took several years and a few springboards to get here. In those years, I was faced with some of the most humbling experiences that taught me grace, inclusion, and the importance of true connection. I allowed life to teach me lessons, and some of them came from the school of hard knocks. I also found joy in the faces of those who realized that we are all worthy of love. As a result, I have been entrusted to take a nationally approved and evidence-driven domestic violence assessment model and tailor it to meet the needs of West Virginia citizens who are experiencing abuse related to domestic violence, substance use disorders, sexual assault, and human trafficking. The use of this model is the first of its kind on a national level. Specifically, this model influences the decision-making process used to determine the best interest of victims and children. I'm an active advisor and keynote speaker to other state agencies on how to use this model to promote safety in their states. I do grassroots lobbying for the best interests of children and provide advice and guidance to other social change organizations working to end abuse. I also stand before you as Mrs. West Virginia, who, by having courage, competed in her first pageant ever and came out victorious. I competed to push myself in a realm that was completely unknown to me with the hopes of learning and growing. And of course, I wanted to win. I went on to compete in Mrs. America and came out as a top 6 finalist. I never dreamed I would be in this position, holding such a prestigious title and being entrusted to represent our state on a national level. It took just a little bit of courage, some vulnerability, and a childish dream of doing something more. It also took the support of my husband, who, while at Fort Knox, finally said, "Just do it. If you don't challenge yourself, how will you ever grow?" I think he also got tired of me calling every few hours and saying, do you think I should do this? Am I crazy? What, me, Mrs. West Virginia, what should I do? And, oh, this is a really cool way to reach people, or I can do this, or I can do that. His support has been limitless. You all made the leap of faith to come straight from high school into college, or maybe you took a few more years to get here. Maybe you're starting over completely with a new career path or a new degree. Whatever the case, you are all courageous, and you've all had to be a little bit vulnerable. So I ask you again, do you have the courage to act outwardly on what you see inwardly, or will you die a dreamer? Do you have the courage to be a little childish? Under every cap and behind every gown, past, present, or future, we all have a story. Be humble and be kind, and don't neutralize your uniqueness for anyone. Thank you, and God bless.
At this time, the candidates for degrees in course will be presented to the President by Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Edward Huffstetler. The class of 2021 will please stand.
President Boggess, pending the submission of semester grades, the ladies and gentlemen standing before you have fulfilled all the requirements for the bachelor's degree as prescribed by the Concord University Board of Governors and the faculty of Concord University. I am pleased to present these candidates to you for recognition and the granting of degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Governors and the laws of West Virginia, and on behalf of the faculty of Concord University, I hereby confer upon each of you the appropriate degree you have earned, in accordance with the testimonials you are about to receive, and I declare you worthy of all the rights, privileges, immunities, honors, and signal obligations here and elsewhere belonging to this degree.
21 will be seated. The audience will please refrain from applause until all graduates have received diplomas. The graduates will now come forward to receive their diplomas in the order indicated in the commencement program.
Although official diplomas will be available or mailed to graduates in the near future, all participants will receive appropriate documents today.
Dr. Edward Huffstetler will announce each of the graduates.
At this time, candidates from the College of Professional and Liberal Studies, which includes the Department of Business, Department of Fine Arts and Communication, and the Department of Social Work and Sociology, and candidates from the College of Science, Mathematics, and Health, which includes the Department of Social Sciences, will receive their diplomas. Christopher Adam Billings, Bachelor of Science in Business Administration with a concentration in marketing, summa cum laude. Cum laude. Jeffrey Ray Bragg, Bachelor of Science in Business Administration with a concentration in Finance and Management. Zoe Alana Colley, Bachelor of Science in Business Administration with a concentration in Accounting, summa cum laude. Cameron Jeffrey Dowdy, Bachelor of Science in Business Administration with a concentration in Sports Management, summa cum laude. Roland Hurst Jaworski, Bachelor of Science in Business Administration with a concentration in Management, magna cum laude. Caitlin Ashley Kerrigan, Bachelor of Science in Recreation and Tourism Management with a concentration in tourism planning and promotion. Amara Croma, Bachelor of Science in Business Administration with a concentration in management. Madison Ray Lilly, Bachelor of Science in Business Administration with a concentration in management. Moe Cedino, Bachelor of Science in Recreation and Tourism Management with a concentration in tourism planning and promotion, magna cum laude. Colin Patrick Terry, Bachelor of Science in Business Administration with a concentration in accounting, cum laude. Hannah Mackenzie Williford, Bachelor of Science in Business Administration with a concentration in management. Brittany Worley, Bachelor of Science in Recreation and Tourism Management with a concentration in tourism planning and promotion, cum laude. Taria Ariel, Anthony, Bachelor of Arts with a major in Advertising Graphic Design and a major in Studio Art, cum laude. Harper Joseph Imchi, Bachelor of Science with a major in Communication Arts with a concentration in Broadcasting, cum laude. Haley A. Gorsuch, Bachelor of Arts with a major in Advertising Graphic Design, cum laude. Davian Lemur Green, Bachelor of Science with a major in Communication Arts and a concentration in Broadcasting. Taiwan Keontae Pierce, Bachelor of Science with a major in Communication Arts and a concentration in Speech Communication. Zachary David Hirsch, Bachelor of Science with a major in Political Science. Alicia Annabelle Inocencio, Bachelor of Science with a major in Psychology and a major in Sociology, summa cum laude. Peyton Rochelle Wiseman, Bachelor of Science with a major in Psychology, magna cum laude. Hayden Michael William, Bachelor of Science with a major in Psychology. Josie Ryan Brewer, Bachelor of Science with a major in Sociology, Criminology, magna cum laude. Alana Jean Dickens, Bachelor of Social Work, cum laude. Courtney Danielle Hernandez, Bachelor of Social Work. Selena Mariah Rivera, Bachelor of Social Work. Destiny Lee Robertson, Bachelor of Science with a major in Sociology. Savannah Faye Short, Bachelor of Science with a major in Sociology, Criminology, field honors in Sociology, Criminology. Jamaica Wallace, Bachelor of Science with a major in Sociology, Criminology, and a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration with a concentration in accounting. Amanda Renee Williams, Bachelor of Social Work, cum laude. Olivia H. Wood, Bachelor of Social Work. It is customary for graduates to move their tassels from the right to the left. Please do so now. Congratulations, graduates.
Please stand and join us in singing the Concord University alma mater located on the back cover of your commencement program. Please remain standing for the recessional. The audience may be seated.